on, everybody? King of Dragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the Mattel WWE Elite Collection Series 19 Kane. Now, I'm really happy I found Kane. Kane's been one of my favorite wrestlers ever since he debuted. I actually saw his debut match, so... Well, not his debut match, but his debut. But anyway, here we have the present-day Kane, sort of. In the packaging, down here you see a nice picture of Kane. Up here you see his little mask. It calls it a welder's mask, but me and Blue Beetle like calling that the Predator mask. On the side, the same drawing or artwork, and on the back we have his specs, name, Kane, height and weight, 7 feet, 323 pounds, signature move that chokes them. Nickname, the Big Red Monster, career highlights, WWE Champion, World Heavyweight Champion, ECW Champion, Intercontinental Champion, World Tag Team Champion, Hardcore Champion, and WCW Tag Team Champion. A lot of champions Kane has won. He's actually a Triple Crown winner, but going on. Kane walks among us, but he is anything but a common man. Forged through turmoil and fire, the Big Red Monster has carved a path of destruction throughout WWE for the past 15 years. Man, I feel old. Kane has collected over 15 championships throughout his career. Once again, hiding his emotions behind a mask, Kane has continued to unleash his wrath upon fellow WWE superstars. And at the bottom we see other figures in the line. We see Brock Lesnar, Daniel Bryan, Dolph Ziggler, Miss Elizabeth really trying to track her down, and Shawn Michaels. Not much more on the packaging, so what we're going to do is take a little break, open him up, and we'll see what he's all about. And so here we have Kane out of packaging. Let's get a good 360 of this figure. Now, I really do enjoy this costume that Kane is wearing. It's really different from what he's worn in the past, which is nice. You know, it's always good for wrestlers who have been in the business for as long as Kane has to change up their gimmicks every now and then, and this is actually a nice improvement. Now, before we get more onto Kane, let's get a size comparison. And so here we have Kane standing next to John Cena and Sin Cara, and as you can see, Kane is much taller than either one of them. Even standing them like this, you can see Kane has quite some height on both Sin Cara and John Cena, so let's pull those guys off to the side. Kane, of course, only comes with one accessory, that being this little welder's mask. It is a really soft, pliable plastic. It's a little big on Kane, but you know, for what its purpose is to do, it fits nice. If they had made this a little smaller, it would start scratching up some of the paint detail and stuff on his face, so better to be safe than sorry. So here's his little mask, and it does have a lot of nice little details in it. You can see the little black eyes in it. Sorry if you couldn't see it just right now. I wasn't really looking into the viewfinder. But a lot of nice little details running around it. You can see some ribbons. Not much more to say. It is a really dark shade of gray. So let's throw that off to the side, so we can move on to Kane. Now, Kane is wearing his debut attire from 2012. He debuted using this attire. Like I said in the opening, I was a little bummed out that the flame was on the wrong side. But looking on it, this is quite accurate, so it was a mistake on my part. My only gripe with this Kane is he's not wearing elbow pads. Kane has been wearing elbow pads ever since he lost his mask. So why did they not include elbow pads? I'll never know. But anyway, we have Kane here. Let's go into some detail. Really nice face sculpt for Kane here. He is wearing his mask, but there's a lot of nice details in the mask. Took me a while to find one with good paint apps on the face. You know, I would rather have the mask look the best than anything else. Just going up and down his costume, nice details. See, and like I said, the flame is on the right leg. He has changed it so that the flame is on the left leg now. Standard wrestling boots that anyone will wear. But anyway, that's Kane in a nutshell. So what we're going to do is move on to his articulation, if I can ever get the camera straight. Sorry about that. It's just the camera doesn't want to work with me today. But anyway, Kane has a standard elite articulation. He has a ball jointed head. He can look up and down downward is a little slight, but up he can. His head turns left and right, can do a full 360. Arms on a ball joint go out, do a full 360. Spin at the bicep, bend at the elbow, spin at the wrist, and have a hinge at the wrist, and it's the same for both arms. Although the inward movement for his wrist doesn't seem to be there. Outward movement, yes. Inward, no. I don't know why that is. Some figures are having that issue. He does have the standard ab crunch, which works really nice. He swivels at the waist. Legs go forward and back. His outward movement on his legs is a little loose on mine. I don't think that's the case for all figures, but as you can see, the outward wiggles a lot. But he does have outward movement, and that is a lot of movement, more than Kane has. He spins at the thigh, bends at 2 points in the knee, spins at the boot, has a really tight ankle joint, and these ankle joints are really, really tight on all my figures. And he also has pivot in the ankle. So like I said, really nice articulation on all these Elite figures. I'm really happy that I started collecting some Elite scale figures. So what I'm going to do is get Kane posed and we'll move on to my final thoughts. So here we have Kane posed for my final thoughts, and I actually enjoy this figure. You know, I'm actually glad that they included this welder's mask, like I said, because, you know, he does need display options, and having a entrance gear always adds to display options. But overall, I'm actually happy that I picked this Kane up. I picked him up at Walmart because Walmart's been getting the Wave 19 in my area. The Elite collection at Walmart is running you about $16.99. That's kind of steep for a figure, you know. With tax, it comes out to almost $19, and it's really hard to justify paying that much for a single figure. But, you know, I actually enjoyed Kane. He is worth a pickup. If you can find him in stores, I highly recommend you pick him up. He will fit in with your WWE collection, and it's always nice to have up-to-date attires. Like I said, my one gripe is that he doesn't have elbow pads, but that's not going to be a hit to the figure. You know, that's more like a personal gripe. But like I said, if you find him, pick him up. Always good to update your rosters and your figures. And this is King of Dragons 5000 saying, I'll see you later. Take care, YouTube.